This is your Weather Extreme video for Sunday, September the 7th. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters. Thanks for tuning in. There's a look at the Gadsden Skycam this morning. We do have some patchy clouds passing through the Alabama sky. The front that edged into the state yesterday is weakening and should be washing out and moving also to the south, with the bulk of the moisture being to the south. It looks like we'll have more of the showers to our south, but we'll talk about the precipitable water values in just a few minutes. There's a look at the upper air pattern, and we're basically experiencing slight ridging with a little bit of a disturbance that is moving through the flow that should help to enhance showers today, along with the daily heating. The morning temperature is starting off once again in the lower 70s, fairly consistent here for the last couple of days, upper 60s, especially across the northeast sections. QPF for the next 5 days is focused in the little disturbance that is off the southeast coast of the U.S., as well as the approaching front that'll come in to our north and northwest on the latter part of the week into the Thursday-Friday time frame. And for us, scattered showers over the next 5 days, scattered to isolated showers. It's not going to give us a widespread amount of precipitation. The Storm Prediction Center is not looking out, not outlooking any specific slight risk area. They do have a C-text over parts of South Dakota and Nebraska, and that area stays in that vicinity on day 2. Tropics becoming a little more active, especially with the disturbance number 1 that is moving off of the African continent. That is the one disturbance that is likely to develop into something over the next 5 days. And in the Eastern Pacific, we're still watching Norbert. Norbert is down quite a bit, though. It was a hurricane yesterday. It's now down into it is a hurricane, but expected to be downgraded to a tropical storm later today, and then a depression by Monday, and it should come ashore as it parallels the Baja coast for the next several days, but come ashore on in the Wednesday-Thursday time frame. All right, the 06Z GFS model run and shows that our front and much of the moisture settling into South Alabama. We can see on the precipitable water values the purplish colors definitely settling into the south. So while I still think we have a pretty good chance for showers today, Tennessee Valley less chance, maybe isolated and then scattered as we get into the Birmingham, Clanton, Montgomery area, and then more numerous in the south part of the state. That little enhancing trough moves off into the mid-Atlantic states on Monday, and the front will be washing out, but still I think we'll see isolated showers, and precipitable water stays sufficient, let's just say, but the better chances looking at precipitable water is probably going to be across the south part of our area, south part of Alabama. The ridging becomes a little more pronounced on Tuesday, so once again, with the slight drying that we're seeing, I think the Tennessee Valley is probably going to be dry, and probably all the way down to the Birmingham, maybe even all the way down to Clanton area, but scattered to isolated showers across the south part of the state. The upper air pattern doesn't change much, with the main westerlies across the northern area on Wednesday, but we are watching that strong disturbance come in to the north-central U.S. that will drag a front our way. And once again, we see precipitable water values just marginal for us to have isolated showers. That main energy comes into the western Great Lakes on Thursday, so that drags or develops a surface low that goes up into southeastern Canada and drags the front down into the Ohio River Valley on Thursday. So with the front approaching, we could see the chances for rain pick up, especially on Friday, and that could impact the high school football games. We'll have to be watching for the possibility of that. Now, the GFS is suggesting that the flow goes pretty zonal for us, and yet at the same time, the MOS guidance is suggesting that the drying will occur. Now, the high is pretty strong. The surface high is pretty strong up over the eastern half of the Great Lakes, so we might see the drier air settle in, but it seems like the front's a little strong without a stronger trough to help it push down, but we'll see. By Sunday, though, the troughiness begins to become a little more exaggerated, and so that could help to actually bring in some much drier and cooler air by the time we get out to Sunday. Looking into the voodoo country, and yesterday we noted that the troughiness over the much of the extended period, the voodoo country, week 2, as I like to call it, and we see that again around the 16th, a fairly substantial trough, along the Mississippi River, and so that would spell some wet weather as well as some cooling, and we could certainly use that. And when we get out to the end of the period, around 372 hours, this is the 22nd of September, we see that the troughiness is still in place with a nice upper low over the western Great Lakes. Well, that'll do it for the Weather Xtreme video for this Sunday. James Spann will have the next edition first thing on Monday. In the meantime, stay tuned to the blog for notes on the weather. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters. Have a great Sunday, and Godspeed.